Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tomb of Annihilation, brought to you by Double the Dice. So, when we last left off, we had an extensive flashback where we heard where Mordai was back in Baldur's Gate. We had realized that he was left behind by Barbara and company. He was sleeping in a nearby alleyway and didn't quite make it to Cinder Sylvains for their teleportation to Chult. But luckily he heard a mysterious voice in the back of his mind that told him to close his eyes and walk there. And he got there in a few steps, mysteriously. And he understood the mission. He knew where everyone was going, so he just decided to start wandering into the jungle, where fortunately Yenben was around to prevent that from happening, because that would have been a very short character arc. So after reconvening, they managed to encounter everyone in the Thundering Lizard, at which point we ended our flashback and returned to the present day at that time, where the group had all rendezvoused at the Thundering Lizard, and everyone had discussed with Ferul and Gondolo, and realized that Ferul and Gondolo had a treasure map to the Needle's Bones, which is a dragon hoard for the dragon formerly known as Needles, and that was convincing enough that they could rely on Yenben's survival skills and the map from Ferul and Gondolo in navigating the direction, and they might come out on top. And a dragon's hoard seemed like a fair enough. It seemed a lot more reasonable to share part of the loot with Ferul and Gondolo as a fee instead of the upfront standard fee from the standardized fee that comes from the the exploration guild run by Jobal. So sharing a share of a dragon's hoard with Ferul and Gondola seemed like it was good enough. And with that, let's introduce tonight's players. You know them. You love them. From left to right today, we've got Galadremen. We've got Treviathan. We've got Jay. We've got Bob. And of course, our wonderful and lovely resident technomancer, the Bread Pirate Ryberts. As for me, I'm riding shotgun. I'm just along for the ride. And today, we are leaving Port Nyanzaru?
More dinosaur racing. No, yeah, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah,
I think we can do more dinosaur racing if you want.
Unless the city's under siege or something, I think we're ready to go.
Not today.
That's a close one.
Fair.
Come on, you didn't think it'd be that easy, did you?
What would you have
No
done if you'd
sieges?
rolled the What would you have done if you actually rolled the number you wanted for a siege? Derail your own campaign.
It's what the dice demands.
Yeah, no kidding, right? No, I don't even remember what number I rolled. I was doing it just for the joke. I'm the DM. I can roll the dice for any reason I want, and for no reason.
Has anyone ever told you have too much power?
If they have, I've chosen to forget that. So,
That sounds about right.
we're all at the Thundering Lizard, and everyone went on another little shopping spree off camera as part of downtime to get a few more rations and I think increase the amount of insect repellent and things like that. And as everyone is reconvening at the Thundering Lizard, I'm gonna say everybody roll perception.
Already.
Hmm. Hey. Ooh,
Perception.
I thought Kenna rolled high and then Yenben had to get a 21.
I don't know why it's
Or
doing what
is that
it's
everybody?
doing.
I am Ranger. I do this. My job.
Sorry, what was that, Galadriman?
I don't know why it's doing the double thing.
It's because you have it set to roll with advantage, I think.
Oh, well, how
Or
do
always
I turn
roll
that?
2 dice. It's one of the settings.
Okay, let me check. It's...
At the top of your character sheet, I think it has like the purple buttons
Yeah.
right under your.
It's not a big deal. If you don't have advantage or disadvantage, I'll just use the left number.
It's fine. You said purple buttons on my character sheet?
Well, on the character sheet for me, it has right under like your character name. There's like public, advantage, or advantage, or bio spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not worry about it for now. I think I'd like to keep moving if that's all right, and we can sort that after a session. Okay. So, Yenben, you notice as you all are returning, and Lenora has banana candy all is getting banana candy all settled and tied up. You notice that she kind of just pauses and puts her hand to her forehead like this.
Yeah, Yenben will just ask her what's going on.
I'm getting a message. I have to leave. Something's gone wrong back in Baldur's Gate. My druid circle is calling me home. I have to find my way back. I'm sorry. I'll make sure to stay in touch.
Hey.
Well,
Cool.
I'll have to say goodbye, I guess, to everyone.
Well, we just met. Bye.
Well, okay. What about Kenna?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Okay. Well,
It was
I mean,
really
I
nice
suppose
meeting you. I hope to stay in touch. One of my one of the archdruids in my circle was showing me the other day how to send an animal messenger. So maybe we can pass messages back and forth that way. Do you know how to do that?
I don't think I have the spell prepared, but I can possibly learn it.
Hopefully that'll work out. But I do have to go. I'll go back to Cinder Sylvain. I know that she is at the she's at the Merchant Prince Villa for Okanga Otamu. So I'll go there, and it was great meeting you. I'm sorry I have to go, and I wish you the best of luck. Don't die. And she runs away.
Okay, bye.
Well, at least this one didn't die like the last one did.
Y'all seem to be losing a lot of people. Like, they're just dropping off.
It'll be fine, I'm sure.
I do not trust your accurate expectations of this adventure.
Oh, pshaw.
Yeah, that's why.
To be fair, only one person has died.
But we've lost 3.
No, one of them went home, and the other one is doing research with Syndra Sylvain. That's not losing them; they're still involved.
And one of them got crushed by a ton of bricks.
Okay, well,
Well, that one's not still involved.
you didn't lose him either. You know exactly where he is. He's buried in Kenneth's backyard.
Yeah.
That sounds like a story.
Yeah.
Have you? You gotta watch the first episode, Jay.
You do.
You do.
Watch our stream, man.
Well, all
You're
right,
very
twist my arm some
unsweet.
more.
Yeah, today's episode sponsored by us. Just watch the stream, please.
Please, dear God, we beg you.
This episode 3 is a little late to say if they're already here, or did they go back?
5.
Oh, 5.
No, it's also getting uploaded to YouTube. Also, the VODs on Twitch stay up there for a while, and we can play reruns. Anyway, enough plugging the stream on the stream. It feels very redundant. What are you guys gonna do?
Audience members, we're awesome.
Alrighty.
What are we going to do? I mean,
I think I'm ready to go.
I think we were gonna, because it's getting closer to the afternoon, and with our off-screen shopping, we'll just stay the night and then go in the morning, if I recall correctly.
I believe that was the plan. Yep.
I guess before we do head off, let's just review the map and where we're going, and then.
And do we have a proper spot for banana candy?
What do you mean a proper spot?
Because right
We
now,
got a
as far as I know,
stable?
he's just tied up to a pole outside of the tavern. So is there like a... what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a
It's stable.
Stable, thank you.
oh, like a dino stable for him to spend the night in?
Yeah.
Doesn't the travelers we're going with, don't they have a dinosaur as well?
They do.
They do,
Can
yeah.
we tie them up together,
Like tie them up outside, or
or like in
That's
Wherever
stable,
the
in
other
the same
dino
stable.
is.
Yeah.
I assume.
in the name of brevity, yes, there's a stable, and accommodations are 2 silver for each of you and 5 for each dinosaur. So who's paying? So Zongo's covered.
Okay.
Barul and Gondola will cover. You get you've hired them to guide you, and they have not started providing that service yet. So it's only fair that they cover those accommodations.
So 12 silver total, basically.
Yeah.
All right. I will cover that.
That it's like 1.2 gold.
Thank you.
All right.
And
I've got
while
that
you
one
are
covered.
all getting ready for your rest, you notice that there is a man who is attempting to sell his book in the tavern.
His book?
Sell his
We're
book. He
so
wrote a
close
book.
to leaving.
He says, anyone venturing out into the wilderness would be foolhardy to go out without Volo's Guide to Monsters. An extensive guide on all creatures you could endeavor to encounter in the mysterious jungles of Chult.
I'll buy one. How
Anyone,
much?
anyone.
How much are for one of your books?
50 gold.
I'll buy one for 2 gold.
No.
Well,
Anyone with actual money who wants to buy a copy of my book. I'll tell you what, for 2 gold, hell, for free. For free. If you encounter a monster, you come to me with a description, I will help you figure out what it is and how to deal with it. Assuming you make it back alive.
how about if you give me a free copy of your book?
No.
I will write all the monsters I find in your book and then return it to you once I'm done this adventure. Okay, it was worth a try. I'm going to bed.
Being one of the slightly more monstrous races myself, I will ask Volo, and you got anything in there about bugbears?
Just a moment. Grab one of those guys.
Make him go check his own damn book.
Well, that's
It's
why
not
he
in
wrote it down. He
existence.
doesn't have it all memorized.
Fair.
But he does have stuff about goblinoids.
As he's looking at it, I want to see if I can lean over and verify any information.
Make a make an investigation check.
Okay.
It's not going to be a survival check or anything wisdom based, I don't think.
Still a 14.
Interesting. Bugbears. He does have stuff about bugbears. So with the 15, the font's pretty small. It's hard to read over his shoulder. But he says, He looks at his book. He looks at you. He looks at his book. Looks at you and says, I didn't know they came like you.
Well, the formation of that sentence is rather offensive.
Sorry, I didn't know that there were white bugbears. I apologize for my ignorance. It says here in my extensive notes, and he kind of hides it, that bugbears are powerful and remarkably well endowed, and not to mess with them.
Insight check.
Roll insight.
I would love to roll insight. That's a 17.
Rolled a 6, and he's wearing his brown pants.
Is it a good thing he's wearing his brown pants?
It is a good thing he's wearing his brown pants. No, he's. There is no. He feel. You definitely get the sense that he feels there is nothing he could say, even in the most cerebral or academic kind of context, that he could tell you that you don't know from being a bugbear, or that you might find offensive or something. He just feels like you've put him in a very uncomfortable position.
You see, I'm just trying to ascertain the veracity of what you're putting in your little book. Why don't you shoot me straight?
Can I try to persuade him to fork over the book?
You can try.
You really should just give.
I'm just gonna read
What
one.
exactly do you do to persuade him? What do you say, or what do you? Yeah.
Well, so I guess the first thing that I would do is I would pull down my sunglasses a little bit, so my perpetual glasses of false darkness, and look at him. And he's a dwarf, right? If I remember correctly.
I don't remember, so sure.
Okay. If it is who I think it is, he's a dwarf. So I'm gonna kind of like lean in over him in a very rude way. And just suggest in this voice that he hand over the book.
I'm not trying to rob the man. I'm just trying to see the one page dedicated to people like me.
So, no, he is not a dwarf. He is a human.
Oh, okay. Well,
Is he a short human?
Probably.
is he a regular sized human? I mean,
What is his mother's maiden name? His blood type.
I don't know,
Lucille
you
O
guys. Why you do this to me? It doesn't say how
Improv,
tall
man,
he is. He's a
improv.
medium humanoid, okay?
he's a
Just-
medium humanoid. I just got up in his business. All right.
Yeah, okay.
I pulled down my sunglasses and I got really close to his face.
I enjoy how
I'll
the
tell
way
you
we're
what.
sitting here. Sorry, carry on.
The way we're
Oh, the way we're sitting here, we have the scary folks on this side. Nope.
Hmm.
Everything's reflected backwards. I'm in
Yeah,
a funhouse
on
mirror
this side.
on this side,
And then
and then the less scary race is on this side.
the over 6 foot tall Goliath isn't a scary person?
Eh,
With a
they're
smile
considered
like
one of the
that,
nice
how could he be
races.
scary?
Yeah, he's no friendly.
I have little horns.
Anyway, he
Anyway.
says, all right, you know what? For you, I'd be willing to give it up for 40 gold.
I want to see one page.
You can see one page. It honestly, it's a little bit more than one page for
Dang.
bugbears.
Oop.
There's no pictures. Though. Goblinoids as a whole, there's like 10. Here. And he shows you the pages. Totally. He's not
Fantastic.
willing to give you the book, right? He's for free. He is trying to make a living. You know?
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to take the book from him for free either. I just want to look at the pages on bugbears.
And I just want to give him a hard time and say, see, wasn't so bad.
So
Alright.
I'm not going to tell you word for word what's in the book,
No,
right?
of course not.
But general stuff, what it says about bugbears is that they are. I'm just going to read the headings that it has
Luke.
for bugbears.
I'm not interested in any of that. I'm just
No.
giving him a hard time too.
I'm going to read this to you.
Okay, all right.
It says the bugbears are shiftless, savage layabouts.
Uh-huh.
They follow a gang mentality.
Yep.
They are they have the malevolent worship of malign gods.
Can attest.
And then it talks about the blessings of bugbear gods.
Right.
That's what it says about those.
So this guy is rude.
No, he's scared of one of these malicious layabouts with a gang mentality that's right in front of him.
He's like, I'm suffering the consequences of my poor execution of.
Y'all fucked up.
I forgot that I was describing people.
Whoops, and those people are bigger than me.
Right?
So I
Bugbears
think
are
I'm
not
just-
that much taller than humans.
They're
most.
they're
Well, Yen-
tallish.
Yen Ben is not a
Yen Ben
small
is-
person.
Bugbears, I think, are like 6-7 feet tall.
Yeah.
They're just lanky. There's no like broadness to them. They're just all limb. Like if orangutans had fierceness to them, they were just.
I don't know. I
Okay.
wouldn't want to mess with an orangutan.
Exactly.
Sounds like a bad plan.
if orangutans had long legs.
I just want
So-
to say as well, just to correct it, that the Goliath Barbara is 7'6".
Yeah.
So he is a bit tall.
You gotta like crouch and turn sideways to go through door frames.
Yeah. Right now he's on his bed, but it's pretty much his whole legs are hanging off the end of the bed.
He is laying on the bed with his feet, like his knees bent, and his feet on the floor.
Yes.
Just about. Right.
Yeah, I mean, so I think Yen Ben will just take this book that he's looking at this page, and he'll kind of start skimming it and go, yeah, okay, that ain't wrong. That's real fucking wrong. Yeah, okay. That sounds like my cousin Larry. His shit about the gods is pretty much bang on. All right, you got it mostly right.
There's a certain amount of regionality too. It's hard to describe an entire culture in a few paragraphs. Or
You're trying to talk about bugbears and Chult, right?
well,
Didn't you
bugbears
just
don't only exist in Chult.
no? But you're selling a book for adventuring in Chult.
There's also information about monsters outside of Chult. It's not exclusive to Chult.
So what I'm saying is, do you want the information to be corrected or not?
I would greatly appreciate additional information.
How much?
Make a persuasion check.
Can I help him?
What do you do to help?
Well, it looks like he doesn't need it. No, wait, never mind. That's still me.
How much for? And your question was how much for? Additional information.
Yeah. How much would he appreciate additional information?
Monetarily.
I didn't specify. Could be booketarily. I left that wide open for him to decide just how much he appreciates this accurate regionality information that I'm about to give him that we're totally going to make up on the spot.
I could spare a few gold pieces. A
How many?
handful.
He'll hold up this giant fucking mid of a hand. A hand.
He'll hold up a
yours.
much smaller hand. Think smaller, big guy.
You really don't get bugbears, do you? Well, whatever you seem to think is fair. I'm sure it doesn't quite add up to one book. However, and he'll go through the pages on bugbears specifically and add in some context probably over the next like 20 minutes and just give him the rundown of how maybe the tribes work and maybe how the gods work and stuff like that. And
yeah, and you'd be very knowledgeable about goblins and other creatures too, not just
yeah, so he'll
right?
those 10 pages the tribes yeah, and he'll like point to some of the, I hesitate to call them fetishes on his arm, they're symbology on his arm, like little hanging
he has
charms
tattoos
and
okay.
charms and
like beadwork kind of stuff.
Pieces of animals.
Oh, okay, cool. Trophies.
Yeah, trophy, but like very much a religiosity kind of vibe to them sitting across bands on both of his arms, sewn in there or wrapped in there with leather and stuff like that, and the symbols of the various bugbear gods, specifically on charms around his neck and stuff like that. But anything that he has to say about Maglubiet,
right?
I think Yenben will guide him away from calling Maglubiet a bugbear god.
Fair.
You see that?
Yeah. Yeah. So you would have corrected that.
Yeah.
I think. In that one.
Backstory shit. Yeah. So Grand Zul's kind of the chief deity of the bugbears, and there were a whole pantheon before them, but they were all but a few killed. One who you would equate to a demon prince is more of a boogeyman. Another one who's fiendish, but not.
This is all wonderful contributions. Thank you so much. I'll be happy. Perhaps I'll make a volume 2, or I may end up releasing an actual Chult targeted edition, a more curated version of the book. Publication is expensive, so I'm hesitant to do one to create a book that's so regionally specific. It needs to be something that's useful to a wide audience, and in doing so, it becomes less useful in the specificity. It's
Well,
an unfortunate trade-off.
Well, we've only talked about the larger scope of the entire bugbear race. The regional gods around here, and he'll just launch into that for like 10 minutes.
The goblin gods would not be that much different, except for the one that I've pointed out on the map to you a while ago.
Yeah.
And
the bugbear ones are. It does actually specify that bugbears have like regional, like local deities.
Cool.
And not one centralized pantheon.
Right.
But if they did,
you would,
Grandcool would be the big.
You would know that there are gods that the Chult and humans also worship, and those are completely separate.
Fair. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that was me just talking way too much about that. Yeah, and then I will.
It's cool stuff.
I'll leave that up to you for what you feel is fair.
So, about what you know?
For the money he's going to pay Yenben.
5 gold. A handful.
Well, 5 gold and 1 beer.
Consider it done.
Very good. All right.
So you get to have a drink with Volo, and of course he is always willing to offer his services in identifying, or if you have any questions about monsters, he's happy to help with that.
Cool.
He's a resource that you can use whenever you come back to town.
Knowing that, what's the name of the dragon's horde that we're going to find?
Needles.
Needles. I'm going to ask him if he knows any stories about needles.
Needles specifically, not so much. Do I know about dragons? He knows a certain amount about dragons. I feel like you guys could definitely ask him questions about dragons in general, but
sure.
He's not a historian.
Okay, fair.
And there's way too many dragons for him to be able to identify all of them and just have encyclopedic knowledge of every famous dragon.
Fair, yeah. Anyone have any dragon-specific questions?
How many teeth does a dragon have?
Depends on the species. They come in a variety of colors and flavors. You've got your metallic and your chromatic. And I can't tell you how many teeth a dragon has, but I can tell you all of them are sharp.
On a normal adult dragon, how many scales does a dragon have?
I thought you went to bed.
I did. This is what my dreams are.
Anyone else got any questions about dragons?
Oh, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
Watching this play-by-play.
I will say, if you run into a dragon out there, it's important to know that all of them have a different elemental breath. Some of them might have a fire breath, which is very typical. That's usually reserved for gold and red dragons. Other dragons might breathe lightning. Green dragons are particularly strange because they have a poison breath. Becomes very important to know that.
Aren't we aware that Needles is was a green dragon?
I know.
You don't know? Okay. I don't know why I associated it with Green Dragon, but I did.
I don't remember if I said anything about that.
I don't recall any particular. Already dragon and goblin.
They were definitely a big old dragon though.
Nope, I just have Needles the dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any other questions for Volo, so unless anyone else does, we can mosey on down the road.
Yeah, quickly. Betty back and bye and
Betty back and sleepy bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Last call for doing anything else before bed.
I say naps.
full 8-hour nap.
Rest.
Awesome. So everybody can press that long rest button.
You.
And the next day, you awake to the sound of birds chirping and soft bustling. The tavern is slow to rouse, but you coming downstairs at the Thundering Lizard, you definitely feel like the party never really stopped last night. And
Yeah, that tracks.
I would say, actually, before we do that, what was the last thing the last thing you guys say to Ferul and Gondolo before bed?
See you in the morning.
Yeah.
Excited for the trip.
Right.
Here?
All right, sounds good.
Oh.
So then, when who do you think wakes up first? Who gets out of bed first?
Oh, I'm gonna guess the ranger with the cowboy voice.
Fair enough. The Lone Ranger.
The one who probably he's up, but he's probably sipping on the strongest coffee anyone can make him.
Love it. So
Depends
you
on how
come
comfortable the
down.
beds are.
Sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was gonna say it depends how comfortable the beds are, because Mordai's last sleep was in a tarp burrito in an alleyway. So depending how comfortable the beds are, you might sleep in for a bit.
I have a feeling Barbara is awake, but he's trying to put the feet back on the bed because it probably collapsed when he raised his feet off the floor.
Perfect.
Um,
So, as Treviathan's character Yenben comes downstairs, he notices that Ferul and Gondolo are still at that table. Ferul is passed out with his head on the
oh
table
my god.
and a half-empty tankard of Tej in hand. And Gondolo has a piece of parchment in front of him, quill in one hand, Tej in the other, struggling to stay upright, and he's just sort of trying to write on the paper.
Gondolo, the fuck you still doing up?
You want to hear it?
No,
Tej,
the fuck
the
you still
drink
doing
of
up?
Chult, sweet and strong. In Gondolo's poems, it's never wrong. They raise a toast to victories won, with laughter and joy till the day is done.
I hope you're a better guy than poet.
Okay. How about this one? He starts flipping through his notes, trying to find a better poem.
I
And
think
he-
Yenben will just gently place his hand on the stack of papers. How fucking hammered are you for our first day?
Enough.
Why can You see why it might be a bad idea for you and our other guide and your fucking dinosaur to be blitzed out of your goddamn minds. You see why that might be a bad idea going into the fucking jungle?
It's strategic.
What is the strategy?
If we get bit by a bug, they have a lower tolerance for alcohol than us.
I,
Does that mean you still get bit?
But you know what? Maybe you're right, and maybe it's time for bed.
Nah, motherfucker, we said we were leaving.
What time is it?
Dawn.
So we leave in the afternoon.
No, we do not.
No, we do not.
Because it would be very stupid of us to try and travel half a day and then get stuck traveling at night with the bugs.
You
Would
know
it
what?
not?
If you insist. Farul. 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 Oh, it's the tall one. The other tall one. Shall we go? Where's everyone else?
How many minutes of sleep have you had?
Well, what time is it now?
Dawn.
What time did I fall asleep?
I don't fucking know.
It's okay. Another one for the road?
Coffee.
And at this point, I hop off the railing and just kind of, because I've been sitting outside swinging my legs listening to this conversation, and I take my hat off and I hit the one that just asked for another drink in the back of the head with my hat. Time to go.
Yes, that's why I was asking for it on the road, obviously.
Well, it's not like they're going to give you a sippy container.
Those have not been invented yet.
Just need, like, a Starbucks cup. Well, fine. Weren't there more of you?
Mordai. Barbara, you coming?
Yeah, I'm awake. I'm awake. Stumble down the stairs, putting on my shoes. I'm excited. Like, all right, let's go.
I imagine it is genuinely like that comedic halfway down, like catch yourself, one shoe in one hand, and like
And stumbling
He's got
like
toast in his mouth, and he's like
Yeah.
rushing out the door.
Yeah.
let's go, let's go.
I'm going on an
Barbara.
adventure.
I think Barbara's gonna
yeah.
try to come out of his room very, very carefully and quietly, and then he's gonna click the door shut, turn around, take a step. Mordai's gonna stumble down the stairs there, and then you just hear the bed collapse again, and Barbara's gonna shoot down the stairs. You know, it's time to go. It's time to go. Let's get out of here.
I find it funny that we've explored that Barbara is a fan of his drink, and yet he was the first one to go to bed last night.
A responsible drinker.
Interesting.
This is true.
Yes.
It's a work day. It's a work day.
Ah, okay, I like it.
Work hard, party harder.
That's the other thing that I found interesting in one of our earlier episodes is we've established that he's not very bright, but we've also established that he's kind of curious.
He's an interesting fella.
I'm really curious. I'm interested to see where all this goes. So,
Barbara's got layers, man. You just
yes, absolutely. That's the key to a good character. And so off we go. Zongo and Banana Candy are safe and sound. You gather them and you head out on the road. And I'm just going to send each of you, as soon as you step outside the gates, I'm sending each of you one message on Discord. And I have a different one saved for each of you. So just bear with me for a moment while I
Oh,
pass
exciting.
those along.
Whoa,
And
thank you. That's awesome. No way, Lucas, you shouldn't have given me all of those items and all of that gold. That's so crazy.
What? Roll death saves? Why do I have to do that?
Hmm.
who have I got? I got 4 players. Did I send one to you? Yeah, okay, I did. I'm missing. Okay, it's Bob. I haven't sent one to you yet. I think Yenben knows exactly what I'm doing,
Uh-huh.
but
Well, Yenben doesn't. Trevor does.
that's fair. And there we go. We'll have to. I have disclosed to each of you, not to each of you. I have disclosed in these messages a secret. So there you go. This
Do
works
with that
so much
information
better
what you will.
I'm trying to make this make sense for our audience, but essentially I have sent a message to most of our players, a message that says, you are not the doppelganger.
That's fine.
So, who
And
would
it is
like to
unknown to us who got
like-
which.
So, who would like to navigate for this first leg of the journey?
The ranger volunteers.
Fair enough. That is probably a good plan.
Probably
I
not the
will
worst
have you
idea.
pick a direction. We're all on the player map of Chult right now. Good. So I'm gonna say the area that you're moving to, if you're looking at the map right now, is over here south of Kitchener's Inlet. So it's in that somewhere in that area. So go ahead and give me a cardinal direction, and then make a survival check.
Cool. South.
All right, go ahead and make your survival check, and we'll see how
Aw.
you do.
7 on the die, 15 for total.
15 does it. And now I'm just gonna roll for weather and for just trying to find the right. Where are all of our rules? There we go.
And while we're traveling, Kenna is just pointing out various plants described to the group, which ones not to touch because they're extra pokey.
Oh, also, would you like to travel at a fast pace, a slow pace, or a normal pace?
I think just a normal pace.
Yeah.
Cool. So for the morning, just a second. Okay, so for the morning, no encounter.
Do we want to do foraging as we're moving? Because if we're moving at a normal pace, we can forage.
That is true.
Then yes.
Rainfall. Okay, that's... There is heavy rainfall for the morning.
Okay, question about the foraging. We may want to eat our rations first if they are time sensitive.
They are not.
They're not. Hard
Okay.
tack.
Or attack.
Oh.
All right, well
They
then,
are
yeah.
very unpleasant.
I'm gonna spray everyone with bug spray.
Okay.
Well,
Foraging was
yeah, I assumed We did
Bug
the
spray.
bug spray before we left. I assume we did our lotion or whatever.
Yeah, the salve.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody make sure that you do that, and essentially we'll just say every long rest, mark one more of those off.
Mm-hmm.
And Farul and Gondola will be responsible for their own bug spray.
Fair enough.
So, for foraging, I will have you make a survival check. Yenben, you are navigating, so you cannot make this
Hey.
this one. Whoever wants to do that can roll for foraging now.
I
Is-
assist in foraging since I don't know, but I would want to learn.
Sure, you can give someone else advantage. So go ahead and roll again, Kenna.
Is Yanben being the overall perception for the crew right now, or is it good to have someone on watch out?
He's navigating, so you could also do a perception check.
I think a 15 is good, right?
It
15 good
is.
for Dunkel.
Let me just double check. Food and water. Supplies, foraging. 15, yeah, that's enough to find food, and then roll a d4. Awesome. You find basically you find 4 rations worth of
Right
of
on.
food.
So I get like some sick jungle mushrooms and maybe some, like if there's some leafy greens, and we make like a nice
salad.
salad.
Love it.
Ew, salad.
Well, I mean, you're welcome to contribute to the foraging, man. Like,
I'm
got-
just kidding. I'll eat a salad.
if you're,
It
And-
is what it is. The food of the road.
And
Salad.
since Zongo and banana candy are both indigenous to Chult, they can just forage as you move through without needing to be fed extra. 'Cause
Cool.
This is all nice and grassy.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna roll perception just to make sure we're not being snuck up on or anything. Then
Go for it.
it's 19.
That's pretty good. You don't notice anything. So for the morning, we've got some pretty heavy rainfall. And then for the afternoon, yeah, I've already moved your token. For the afternoon, we've got mild rainfall. And then, what was the other one? Okay. And then, nothing else happens. Go ahead and roll another perception check for me. Barbara?
Perception. We got a 12 this time.
Cool. You don't notice anything. And then it comes time to make camp. So everybody, who wants to take the watch?
Well, if no one else wants to, I can.
I can take a round too. I can either go before or after, whichever.
Either one.
Yeah, I can go
Okay.
first watch.
Okay, you do first watch?
You're both watching by yourselves?
No, she's taking first watch. Oh, yeah. I suppose we are, unless we want multiple people to do watches.
Mordai has no idea what's going on. So he's like, what watches? What's going on?
We don't want nothing sneaking up on us in the night.
Oh.
So we
And I
keep
see
our
pretty
eye
well at
out.
night, so
That's fair. Oh shit, yeah, do I even have dark vision? Who has dark vision? I do have dark vision. Okay, good.
I think I do too.
Bread, put your hand.
Bread. I mean, maybe he does in life. I don't know.
Have you seen those glasses? He barely has vision.
Maybe it's all a ruse.
So Mordai and Barbara, do you have dark vision at all?
Yeah, I can see pretty good in the dark. I haven't had to worry too much about it, I don't think.
I think
Well,
I do
you're
have dark vision.
aren't you? Yeah, tieflings have.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I got.
Okay.
They're pretty good dark. Don't bugbears?
But it's all
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Mordai knows, so I was like, I guess I can see good in the dark because he doesn't know what normal darkness is because he's never experienced it. Us regular humans, so it's just like, I think so.
All right.
I don't think Goliaths get dark vision.
No, I think they get powerful build instead. That's
Yeah, I
kind of a
think
trick.
I got something.
Everybody, when they're making races, it really feels like, okay, you either get powerful build or dark vision, but everybody gets one.
Little
Oh
bit.
yeah, no,
Or
you
you're
guys
just
right. I think
small.
I'm thinking of another character. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do we
alright.
want to break off into pairs, or should we just do single watches?
What are the
Out of character question. What do we want to do?
I mean, I'm fine with single watches, but I mean, it's only they don't have to be so long. Like we could each.
I mean, Gondolo and I can keep our eyes open too.
Are you still fucking hammered?
How are they still awake?
We are prepared.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh, Lord.
I don't think we should let those guys on watch alone.
You know
no,
what?
I don't. I agree.
They're used to
agree.
staying up late.
Maybe one of them.
One takes a
can
watch
pair
with
up.
Kenna, one takes a watch with me.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Farul's gonna take the watch with Yenben.
Okay.
And then Kenna, you said you were taking the first watch, right? And while you're on a watch with him, you hear Gondolo muttering to himself, "There once was a lass from Ninezaru whose cooking was worse than tar stew. She burnt every dish, even the fish. Now her kitchen's a graveyard. It's true!"
You had a lot of fun making these, didn't you?
Maybe.
They're really good. I know I
I didn't do them by myself. I may have
Okay.
incorporated a language model for assistance.
okay, fair. How's their watch go?
Roll perception. You don't notice anything.
Fine.
So,
Watching.
Barbara,
Hello.
what is your nighttime routine like? What do you do to get ready to prepare your campsite for the evening?
I think it's pretty basic and it's pretty crude. It's eat, set up basic shelter, maybe a fire, and then lie down, close your eyes, and stay still until you eventually fall asleep.
What do you think about? What's the last thing you're thinking about before you fall asleep?
I think because this is the first time back out into the jungle since the shivering sickness, I think
Mhm.
I'm a little worried. And I think he's recalling the moments where he was abandoned by his tribe. And he's having a little bit of a nightmare tonight.
Yeah, You dream of your tribe, and you dream of the King of Feathers,
That's
a,
right.
a huge monster, the likes of which you've never seen. You never did find the King of Feathers.
I never did, and I feel like partially there's a want and a desire to find the King of Feathers, because I think for Barbara it's something where he's very proud of his strength, and this would be a pretty big feat to defeat
Ah!
a King of Feathers.
Barbara, you're weak and you know it. You haven't
It's true.
even. You couldn't kill a koala. You couldn't kill a hamster. Who's speaking? Whose voice is this?
I feel like this is a mixture of voices, of
A cacophony.
a cacophony of different tribes, people, of his peers, and his hunting group.
Your peers, your parents, your authority figures, captains and chiefs, even children
Even the
spitting at
children
you
of the
as
tribe.
they walk past.
Yeah.
On that last day. But the King of Feathers, the one king that can knight you.
It's the key to getting back into the tribe. Proving myself.
So, you awake and nothing happens. On to day 2. Mark off your insect repellent. Mark off some food and some water. And I'm going to roll for weather.
How much did we say it was per person for water again?
2 gallons per day.
Okay, so we're at 92 gallons. Oh,
And
wait, sorry.
2 pounds.
Was it still raining overnight?
It was. Did we want to
So-
set out the rain collectors?
Yeah, we would definitely have set out the rain collectors.
Good call. Thank you for reminding me. So it was a mild rain overnight. Oh shit. No, it did not rain overnight.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Fine.
It rained all day and then stopped at night.
Well, that's not fucking hell.
That's
So-
what their backup's for.
Right?
That's why we got these big fucking barrels.
Okay. So for this morning, we've got heavy rain.
Okay.
Oh, I
Did you-
see.
Did you want to do my watch too, or are we good? I presume it passed with nothing.
It's morning, so it passes
Okay.
nothing.
Passed and nothing happened. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. Hey, nothing happened during the night. I'm okay with that.
Would it be possible to set up the rain catchers on the move? Put them like on the back of the dinosaur? Or are they more stationary, big,
We've
bulky
got
things?
5 of them. So would you be able to set up 5 of them on a
No, just
Triceratops?
like one.
Definitely not.
Just like one even.
We could each hold one.
Like an umbrella.
That's Barbara's job the entire day. Just
Just one in each hand.
You just carry them.
holding a rain catcher.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say no. Just
Okay.
because you guys have
Fair.
such a buffer.
Yeah.
Actually, no, just because they need to sit and collect. They don't have a barrel on the bottom, it's a leather pouch.
Right.
Got
Right?
it. Okay.
So it needs something stationary and stable to sit on in order to actually collect the rainwater.
Fair enough. Thought I'd shoot my shot.
However, you can forage for water. You just might want to boil it before you drink it.
Fair enough.
So, did I already roll for rain? I did.
Yes,
did.
you said heavy.
This morning it is raining heavily. I'm gonna roll for storm.
Oh.
No storm. So just a
Okay.
heavy rainfall. And which direction are you moving in, and what pace are you taking?
Am I navigating again, folks, or shall I
I've-
forage? Or does someone else want to take over?
I mean, I'm happy to either navigate or forage. I think.
Well, do our guides can our guides also navigate, since they're kind of our guides?
You know what? I'll say, because we're relying on your survival and their map, you get to roll survival with advantage. Farul will help you
For
navigate.
navigating. Okay.
I could take on navigation, but I was never the navigator in my group.
I've never been outside a city before.
I mean,
Okay.
so long as
You don't get to
Yenben's
navigate.
around, it's probably.
Well, it's more a question of, does Yenben navigate or forage?
Well,
Yen is a pretty competent
yeah,
forager.
we also have.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm content to forage if you're okay with navigating. I mean, I
Sure.
think that's been working so far.
Okay. So far, one square. All right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm here for it. Okay. I will roll for southwardly. Oh, okay. It took the second. Sure. Okay. That's
Natural
a 22.
20.
It rolled
Oh, okay, so it's
3
not
times, unfortunately. So, 22
Okay,
and a
so
17.
we'll go with the 22 and the 17.
We'll go with the 22.
Okay, great. So
I will-
17 is good. You move
And I will
southward.
also
22. At advantage, right?
Yes, my apologies. Well, either way, you move southward successfully
Okay.
without getting lost. What were you going to say, Jay?
I was gonna say that I'm also gonna help with foraging. I didn't know it's like I'm learning. It's like it's like a school field trip. What does this do? Can like grab hand.
Yeah.
Don't touch that. It's like,
So-
what does that
With
taste
a
like?
19.
Just found what I was looking for this whole time.
Since he's
Uh,
helping.
I have a feature called the Wanderer. Basically, I can find food and fresh water for myself and up to 5 other people each day, provided that the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth.
So that's just baked into your character.
That's baked into my character.
Fantastic.
Damn. All right.
You don't even have to roll for that. That's
Amazing.
great. So
Guess
you can
not.
do that instead of the perception check that you've been doing.
Okay. Well,
But if Kenna also rolls for foraging, then you get whatever Kenna has as a bonus.
so maybe that means we get an extra nice dinner.
Perfect.
Um,
Have
Or
some-
if
have
you
some
end
egg
up
with
crossing
our,
an area where food is not as available,
Yeah.
then his ability won't apply. Like if you're crossing the wastes, you'll be able to build up supply before you cross wastes or mountainous terrain and things like
Okay.
that.
And that's good too. The other thing I would ask is, should I do maybe like a medicine check or a nature check to see if there's any useful plants I can find on our way?
I would say you could forage for food or for medicinal plants. You cannot do both.
Well, I can
Okay.
take on food, I guess, and then
Okay, so I mean that's kind of, what do you guys think? Do you think we need the food more or as a group?
Are you proficient in medicine?
Yeah.
I'm along for the ride.
And do you have an herbalism kit?
I believe so. Let me check.
Yeah, so the way the rolling tables that I found for the weather, I'm rolling to see how heavily it rains, and if it rains, there's a 25% chance that there's a storm.
Got it.
So if there's a storm, then that has other mechanical effects.
Okay, cool.
So Kenna, what are you looking for? You're looking for food or medicinal stuff?
Well, you were I was kind of asking the group as a whole what we think.
Oh.
Do we feel like we want to stockpile food, or do we want to kind of have that backup of medicinal plants?
What are you trying to accomplish with the medicinal plants?
Well, I mean, if I feel like in the jungle, there's a serious possibility that we could get sick. Something could happen.
Okay.
Or if somebody
Right.
got injured, it could be helpful.
Okay. I mean, never hurts to have those kind of medicines. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't see why
We all
not.
don't have a cleric, so.
Yeah, we don't have a cleric, so not a whole lot in terms of the healing side.
Yeah, so that might not be actually. Maybe I can make some poultices while we travel, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. So I would say that finding medicine might be a little bit more difficult, right? Or how about we do this? Would you rather just look for medicine and have it easier, or would you want to look for medicine or food and roll to decide which you find?
We could do that.
And then that'll just kind of mix it up a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good
All
with
right.
that.
So I'll say on a DC, so going into the jungle, you definitely, with a 19, you definitely rolled high enough to find stuff. I'm going to say that you found, that's going to fall over. All right, do you want medicine to be high or low?
High.
High?
Go for high.
Yeah, high.
Always
Sorry.
high.
Even.
So I rolled a 14. I was thinking a 15 or higher would give you medicine.
Okay, I mean
So
that's
you
fine
found
if we
food?
get food.
I'll roll a d4 for you. You got 2 more rations worth of food. Cool. So that was
excuse
the
me.
first roll of the day. Let's roll for weather.
So, and just to clarify mechanically,
Mhm.
Barbara is getting our food for the day in this terrain because we can.
Because he just has that ability.
Everything else Kenna is stockpiling. Okay. Q.
So for rain, it definitely rains. And then we have for encounter, no encounter. I mean, you don't know that.
But I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, there you go. And then it's time for the evening watch again. It's time for another night. So, do we want to repeat the same watches as last time?
Do that.
Anyone have any objections?
I could give it a try. Mordai might be interested. It's like, you guys are staying up. What was that all about? Kind of neat. Stay up all night with the campfire.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be sleeping tonight, so I don't mind if someone else gets some rest instead of me.
Yenben collapses into the ground. Just
All right.
Oh no!
Farul and Gondolo will assist again. So Jay and Barbara, go ahead and roll perception checks.
So I think since I have dark vision, I should go second. Since it's darker, I assume that's how that works.
Sure.
And no rain tonight.
again? Fuck.
Again. Rain all day, stop all night. That's rough.
It's got a 14 perception check.
Here comes.
And
Do we
Trevathan,
do-
you're marking off gallons of water for Farul and Gondolo as well, right?
Oh, I wasn't.
Don't they have
because-
their targ or whatever?
Hedge, yeah, but
Edge.
they are also drinking water.
Okay. So then we're 6 instead of
It's
4.
2 gallons each.
Yeah, so it's 12 a day times 2, so we're at, oh Jesus. Okay. All right. Y'all, we need to
Since-
find some water.
Do I roll with advantage since we have one of the guides with me, or is it just
Yep,
basic?
Go ahead. Roll with
Uh,
advantage, both of you.
I should be able to find fresh water for myself and up to 5 people per day.
Oh.
as
You've
well.
got 6 people.
That
But
was
does
part
that
of it,
mean
yeah.
that we only take 1
Well, I don't know.
from our
I-
stash each day?
Well, I'd hate to,
It does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That would take us from 74 gallons remaining to 96 gallons remaining.
Ooh, that is
That's
much
an important
better.
distinction.
That's
Yes.
nice.
That is an important distinction.
Yes.
Very, very important.
Barbary, because Ferrul is on watch with you, you get to roll perception at advantage.
Okay, sweet. I guess I'll just hit it again. Okay, that was a 4.
2 14s.
All right, neither of you notice anything.
Okay.
And now it's the next morning.
Ooh.
Let's roll for rain. No rain. Clear skies. Well, as clear as they get in Chult. It's always kind of vaguely drizzling. Then we've got. So go ahead and pick a direction and a pace, Trev.
We're gonna do.
North, full steam ahead.
Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of this. I'm going back.
No.
Southeast.
Go ahead and roll survival.
This one.
And now
Survival
we're in
at
the
a-
jungle, so it gets harder
At advantage too, right? Because
Correct.
map.
because map.
Okay, first one wasn't fantastic. There we go.
Where's the navigation?
Yeah, that'll be 25.
Yeah, you're good. So southeast, you said.
Guys, Rangers are a great class. I love them. I am so happy right now.
All right,
Level 1 Ranger. Booyah.
and let's roll for foraging.
Is it possible to mark off which hexagons we have traveled through?
Sure, I
Uh,
can do that.
I mean, there's a system in place to mark off which have been explored, and for all intents and purposes,
Oh, explore. I guess.
you kind of, if there's a white square on it, you haven't been there yet.
There.
It's kind
Phil,
of
I can I can mark our. Can everyone see my markings on the map?
Yes, I can. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see
Well,
them.
I can just make those markings. That's not a problem.
Perfect.
I am the record keeper. Booyah.
Huzzah.
All right. So,
Hail.
Kenna, let's roll for foraging with advantage.
Okay, with advantage. Okay, then I need to
I
do
will be
that one.
helping. I am your faithful student, learning what not to eat.
Ooh,
Oh wow. Okay.
Roll again.
Again. So I got 2 6s.
You got 2 6s?
I rolled up a while
It's
ago.
only
The same
showing
time
one.
Trevor rolled.
Oh, okay. So this time you don't find anything. Luckily, we have our Goliath friend to help out. So makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Greatness is glowing.
So already rolled weather for the morning. Let's roll encounter. Oh no, I already rolled encounter for that. I'll just say that that one's for this afternoon. Is anybody watching right now?
I don't think so. I helped.
See that.
Okay, so nobody's keeping watch. So the rain gets worse, but it doesn't. Oh, hold on, no, I gotta do percentiles for that one because I don't know the conversion. Okay, you're fine.
These ducks are bopping.
Okay,
It's quite the wildlife.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't roll that encounter.
The giant ducks. Flee! Flee!
The giant ducks. So yeah.
To the river. No, you fool! The waterfowl.
Actually,
Stay
we're
away
about to
from the
ford
water.
river, so that's
Yeah, I do see that. That's why. It popped in my head.
it's gonna be interesting.
All right.
Uh-oh, guys. That was a smaller dice. I'm pretty sure he rolled an encounter.
It's fine.
How many wild ducks do we see?
Kenna,
The geese.
Hi.
I am going to. I would like you to describe what you're doing while you are gathering. How exactly do you go about exploring and foraging and looking for? What do you look for, and stuff like that?
Well, when it comes to the jungle, There's certain types of. There's a couple different things I'll look for. I'll look for mushrooms on trees, which are generally safer than the ones that grow on the ground for eating. I'll look for certain plants that live in disturbed areas where people have camped or been before. There's one kind of favorite plant that tastes like, the leaves taste like lemon that I look for. And then there's also, I look for water vines and, of course, like berries and things. And, if it's sort of like near where the dinosaurs are, near where our dinosaurs are like walking with our stuff, but kind of in and around the path.
Okay.
That kind of.
It does. And since you're favoring the trees,
Mm-hmm.
as you're exploring, you see a very enticing patch of mushrooms growing on the side of a tree.
Oh, nice. So I'm going to kind of like look around me for a second, um, and then see how far away the group is. And then I'm gonna like open my bag that I have on the side and start going for the mushrooms.
As you do, when you're not looking, from behind you, a constrictor snake lowers from a nearby branch. I would like everyone to roll for initiative, and you take.
Oh no.
Actually, I lied. Wait, no, don't roll yet.
Okay.
I have to set up the encounter first.
Okay.
I do
I
have
have
a
to pull
question.
up the.
Since I'm helping, and I would be roughly around, would I get to roll, or am I just off in my own thing?
So
Not
the
paying attention either.
encounter actually says that unless they have a passive perception of a. What is it? Unless they have a passive perception of 12 or higher.
Okay.
And I don't believe you have a passive perception above 12.
Absolutely not. Yenben did.
I rolled randomly. Yenben, you are not the one being attacked. It's the passive perception of the one who's being attacked.
Got it. Okay.
Right? I was going to let Mordai count if they were close
Okay.
by, but you're busy
Fair enough.
navigating doing other things.
Fair enough.
Oh wait, that's the wrong die. I need a D8, not a D.
But no, it was a D4 you needed to roll, right? Damage?
D8 for Constrictor Snake. They rolled a natural 20.
Ooh.
So Kenna,
This could be a
you
quick trip.
take. Oh boy.
Not even an ace, not even. Oh, no, it was a natural 20, so it doesn't matter.
No. You get constricted. And you know what? No. I'm re-rolling that in the app because I rolled too much damage by hand and it doesn't feel fair to do it blindly. So it's 2d8. Let's try this again. Plus 2. Fuck, that's worse.
Oh, no!
I am actually
Please.
smushed right now, you guys.
Please tell me you have more than 8 health total.
No, I do not.
So make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Are we rolling initiative, or...
Sorry,
Hang on.
I'm trying to get. Oh no! A natural 1 on your Constitution saving throw? Okay. So before we roll initiative, we are going to zoom
Sorry,
in.
go
on
ahead.
this. Kenna. Hi. So, we are playing with massive damage. There's the DC was set to the amount of damage that you took, divided by 2. You had taken 14 damage, halved to 7. And on a natural 1, you rolled a 5. So unfortunately, that means the first legitimate attack roll of this campaign is a killing blow. And we are looking at Kenna's final moments. So, as you feel this snake grasp you and wrap around your neck, what is Kenna thinking?
Well, not really. I guess she's just also suffocating, so it's kind of hard to think. So I imagine that what she can see is the mushrooms that she was going for, and everything else is starting to get blurry around them. And she might be trying to reach for, the snake, but she's been crushed, so she can't go anywhere. Um, I think. Did she manage to like grab one, or does she have anything in her hands? If she has a
She does.
mushroom in her hand,
I'd like, allow me to rephrase my question. Who does Kenna think about?
I mean,
Who is
she's
important to Kenna?
well, the thing is, Kenna's just joined the party. They're the
Doesn't have to
most.
be someone in the party. Anyone from her past.
I think she's thinking about the fact that she didn't really connect to anybody in Chult over other than, casually. And so she's just thinking how strange it is that she spent all this time living in her hut by herself, and, Leonora was really the only, person that she made friends with. And she thought that maybe on this adventure with this group, she was going to do something different, and she's absurdly being smushed. So there's a little, I don't know.
What was her max HP?
8.
Didn't you
Wouldn't that
say
mean that with a 14, that wouldn't be a massive damage?
Massive damage is when it deals more than your total HP.
I thought it
Oh,
And
was
you
more
make a
than.
constitution saving throw equal to
Oh,
half
yeah,
that.
okay. No, oh, right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Slightly different rule than the go your HP into the negative.
Oh, I
It
see.
is a
I got
different.
confused.
If
Yeah.
it deals your entire HP bar in one shot, or a percentage of it, you have to roll a con save or you suffer.
so back to Kenna.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
So-
now see an opportunity to take one last action. You can cast one spell, you can make one attack, you can do almost anything that you want with this that makes sense in this moment. What is Kenna's last action? Make sure you're holding push to talk.
I thought I was, but okay. So I'm guessing Mordai is the closest person towards me right now.
Yep.
So the first thing, I mean, I guess as far as casting a spell goes, is he wearing armor?
I have leather armor on.
Okay, so no. Is anybody within range that doesn't have armor?
I say it doesn't matter. You can cast the spell anyway. We can lift that restriction. This is a swan song. We can bend the rules.
I
Can't hear
also
you.
would not have armor
Can't hear you.
because I'm a barbarian.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay,
There we
so you don't. I mean, if I can reach you, then I will cast mage armor on you. And what it looks like is it looks like a super cool, like fashionable barbarian suit. So you have like, it's like it basically looks like an ethereal suit over your normal attire. Makes you look really sharp and classy.
That's awesome.
I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And what are the rules for mage armor? What does it change the AC to?
So I have to touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor, and a protective magical force surrounds it. The target's base AC becomes 13 plus its dexterity modifier. So if you get that extra bonus, and then you can dismiss it as an action if you want.
Okay.
So that's
Appreciate
So,
that.
as you reach out, what does this... Now, you have it. Your character has a certain history with Lulth that we haven't had the chance to explore yet.
yeah.
The dark goddess of spiders and the Underdark and things that crawl. And as you reach out, you know that this is only a touch spell, and you reach with your mind, you reach with your soul towards Barbara. And from your hand, webbing materializes, and this white silk suit wraps itself around Barbara. And because this is so infused with your essence, Barbara, you permanently get +3 to your AC. So long as you do not put on armor.
But it what now?
Wow, thank you.
I tried to do more with yours, with red, and you just pointed. I'm like, I can't think of any way to improve that.
No, that makes perfect sense. Kenna's doing something major. Ignore me. Carry on, please. Have your moment.
But this is Kenna's swan song. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't feel like she can. It's kind of a sad death, I guess. It feels like a little bit of a sad death for her because feels like she can't really talk. She's just.
Can I, with this being like from her soul, can I hear a message through the webbing and the armor?
Absolutely.
So one, she says, somebody take my sunglasses and you're gonna step on them. And the second thing she says is, sorry about the spiders, it's just how the sorcerer stuff works for me.
I think out of nowhere, Barbara's just gonna yell, "Kenneth, sunglasses!" Watch where you're stepping.
And with that, we bid adieu to Kenna. Really sorry about that. I really hoped we would have at least gotten some
Well,
combat
shit, man.
before.
Okay.
I didn't
Boy.
think that we get one-shotted out of nowhere. I feel
Wow.
really bad, and I'm sorry about that.
It's how the dice. It's how the dice plays out the story.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that was the dice making those choices for you, and it was mean.
it was very mean and very unforgiving. However, I gotta get all of y'all onto this map. And you know what? It is almost time for us to wrap up anyway. So I think let's call our session there tonight.
Okay.
And we will start next session by rolling initiative after I've got everybody's tokens in place on this map and everything.
Okay.
Hey.
And maybe we'll find a way for Galadrimon's next character to pop in next session or something.
A party of rangy goblinoids. Ha ha!
There you go. An all barbarian party.
Yes. Yeah, we need more 7-foot tall creatures in this party, I think.
Yeah, no one
it's
under
gotta be
5 feet.
enormous.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta have a bugbear, a dragonborn, a Goliath, and a furball.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
let's make it happen.
Right?
We'll just
Alright.
call
Okay,
ourselves the Big
well.
and Tall Store.
Yeah, so sorry, Mordai.
Perfect.
Okay, so what do we have now? We've got a bugbear.
We've got
Bugbear and a Goliath.
Yeah.
And a teeth.
So,
Sorry, sorry,
okay,
Mordai.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's not looking good.
Well,
I was gonna say, because I can make. I mean, I'm willing to make a tall character.
Wh- wh-
Maybe it's a really big bird.
We'll deal with that off screen. It can be a surprise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Foreshadowing.
as for
Da-da-da.
our audience, thank you very, very much for joining us tonight. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye,
Good luck
Kenna.
out there.
Goodbye.
Bye,
This was
Kenna.
hard, y'all.
Bye. Goodbye.